The chief executive of the Small Business Bureau, Dr. Lowell Porter, is reminding that the Small Business Bureau does not lend money. He stressed that all loans are facilitated through commercial banks. There are only two commercial banks in Ghana that the agency works with directly. Those banks are Republic Bank and GBTI.
Those banks are the ones who have the final decision on who gets the loan and how much they get, right? Got nothing to do with us. We just prepare the client and we put them in front of the banks. That's all we do.
While the Bureau does this, the rejection rate by the banks is considered to be very high. 50% of those who interface with the banks never get the nod of approval.
What I believe is the problem is that many of the clients cannot provide documentation of their ability to repay the loan. That is it.
Such as what? What is the documentation? What are you talking about?
They have proof of income, of revenue, sufficient, right, to cover that.
Generally, there is reportedly an unwillingness by commercial banks to work with small businesses. However, under the current construct, the banks have the final say.
The banks, they have their own criteria, all right? And one of the things that the banks really look for is that you must be able to explain your business plan. Everybody has a business plan, all right? We don't write business plans for anybody, all right? So we go through their business plan. They bring it to us and say, okay, well, you know, your financials don't make sense. You're selling a bottle of water and your profit margin is 500%. You know, your markup, 500%. Doesn't make sense, right? Take another hard look at that and see, you know, you might have to tweak something there. The banks now would do the same thing. They'll sit down with you and they'll ask you the same questions, right? And if you cannot articulate that, they're not going to risk that, you know, giving you their money.
Meanwhile, under the government's procurement program, whereby 20% of all government contracts will go to small businesses, all businesses will now have to be registered with the Small Business Bureau to benefit. This way, the government is hopeful that it can measure access to that 20% of contracts and track corruption attempts. Handel Duncan, HGP Nightly News.